Hello everyone, and today it's going to be a rather serious video. I will be explaining why I was taken out of public school and put into private school. For those of you who don't know, I was taken out of public school for reasons that will be explained into this video, and I hope that toward the end you kind of understand why, and that if you're going through the same problems I'm going through, that there's a way out and that you can learn something from this video. And I just ask that you enjoy the video and that if you're going through something, this helps somewhat. So let's just dive into the video. I was getting picked on a lot by my peers, and they would tell me that I was overweight and that I was fat and ugly, and that nobody would love me. I started to bottle up my emotions because I didn't want to tell my mom. I'm one of those people who does not like it when others get in trouble because of me. I'm still that way, and I will always be that way. But I never told my parents about it. I kind of just sat in the corner and bottled my emotions up. After so long of bottling those emotions up, my body just gave up. My brain had been so fogged up by losing sleep because I would think about it so much. I would go days without sleep. Eventually, once I started losing enough sleep, I started hallucinating. I'd start seeing things around my room, around my home, even with the lights on and during the day. I would have bad sleep paralysis, or rather something called half asleep. I would feel like I was awake, but I was really sleeping. And I'd sit there and I'd just be looking around my room, not being able to move any other parts of my body but my eyes. And I would see a shadowy figure in the corner of my room or just staring at me from the edge of my bed. I'd wake up screaming and crying, and my mom would come in my room and try to comfort me, but it wasn't working. After about a week of this happening, my mom decided enough is enough. You're going to the doctor. She brought me to my family doctor, and they sent me over to our hospital's mental ward. And the lady looked at me, started talking to me, and asked me, "Would you hurt yourself?" And I said, yes, I would, if it would help me. And she sent me to the hospital. Not even a second glance, she just sent me. That was one of the first visits I went through. I went to the hospital for about a week. My parents came visit me. I thought everything was fine. They put me on some medications, and I was diagnosed with psychotic features, depression, anxiety, and psychotic features. They took me out of the hospital a week later, and everything was fine until I started going back to public school. After half a year in 7th grade, I was picked on more by my classmates, and I was told that I was ugly and that I didn't deserve anything. And I thought it was true, and I started self-harming myself. Self-harming is never an option. I could have seriously injured myself or died because of it. I'm lucky enough I stopped when I did. I only have 3 scars from it. But I self-harmed for a while, and then my father figured out. My dad figured out that I started hurting myself, and he said that he didn't want me to hurt myself. He said he didn't want me to hurt myself and that it wasn't good for me. I had started going to therapy not long after I had gotten out of the hospital for the first time, and then it was just a roller coaster from there. I had been calling almost every night because I was having bad psychotic features again. I was seeing things. I was hearing voices. The voices were like little shards of glass sticking into my skin. It felt like they wouldn't leave me alone. And after a very long time of dealing with that again, I begged my therapist to send me to the hospital again. Because I was not ready to do that. I wasn't ready to deal with this again. So I went to the hospital again. I was in for another week. I was taken out. And between this trip and the last trip that I had, my third trip, between the second and third trips, I had been hospitalized for staph infection in my blood, and I had a pulled muscle in my hip. That's when my parents decided to homeschool me. They put me in the K through 12 program, and they thought it would be fine. I was having issues containing the knowledge. It wasn't staying with me. It wasn't sticking in my brain. It would just kind of go in one ear and out the other. It basically just sat there. But I was in homeschool for a while, and then I just kind of stopped. I had another issue where my brain was just not happy. I went to the hospital again, pretty much the same reasons. I came out a week later after going to the hospital, and I have been hospital free since, but my parents have put me into a private school where I'm doing so much better now that I was taken out of public school, because public school was driving me crazy. It was hurting me. And now that I'm in private school, I don't have to worry about being bullied. I don't have to worry about anything else. They put me in private school to protect me. And no matter how much I've begged and pleaded to go to a normal high school, they won't let me. Yes, I am in high school. I am a 10th grader. I'm going to be going to my sophomore year. But I've had a rough journey. I'm doing a lot better now. I've been through so much in the past year and a half. I've lost family members. I've dealt with my anxiety and depression. Not so much depression anymore, mostly just anxiety. It's been hard, but if you're going through the same problems I'm going through, just know that it's gonna be very hard. It's going to be hard, whether you like it or not. It takes a long time to heal. I know from experience, it takes a very long time to heal from being diagnosed with such things, with going through bullying. Hurting yourself is not an option. It should never be an option. Committing is not an option. It doesn't matter what you're going through. You don't need to do that to yourself. There are people who love you. There are people who will fight to keep you alive. There are people who are willing to help you. Your parents, if they're not the reason that it's causing anxiety, talk to them. Talking to someone helps a lot. It makes you feel so much better. But no, there's always a road out. but it's not through harming yourself. Getting help from people works. Talking helps. Talk to your best friend. Talk to your significant other. It helps. Don't just bottle it up. From experience, bottling it up makes it worse. That's really all I have to say. I hope that if you're going through issues right now, that you get out of it. I hope that you're feeling better after watching this video. And I hope that everything is okay. Everything will be okay. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you would like and subscribe, and I hope that you can get something out of this video. Thank you for watching. Lizzie is signing off.